So the first one we've got, Michelle, is what is sustainable marketing and why is it important?
Okay, so the way we approach sustainable marketing is really aligned with these three strands. So we think that when you talk about sustainable marketing, I mean, it's marketing, but it has these three key elements that we consider. One is that it's aligned strategically with the objectives of the business. So if the organization has got a sustainability agenda, perhaps it's got specific commitments and targets, maybe decarbonisation targets, maybe aligned with brand purpose, particularly in social impact organizations, there is that strategic alignment. It isn't something that kind of sits on the side, that there's a CSR team or a sustainability team that kind of sit outside and are just trying to manage this themselves. It's actually aligned strategically. It's part of the boardroom discussions and agenda. It's resourceful, it's managed, it's planned for. So the first thing is it's strategically aligned. The next thing is that where there is sustainability plans and agendas, often it's very outwards facing. The priority is let's communicate about this to our audiences externally. And often what is missing is that internal alignment. So when we talk about sustainable marketing, we talk about A, it needs to be strategic, and B, it needs to be embedded and ingrained throughout the whole culture and organization. So that means that there is that internal alignment and there is employee engagement around that. There is effective internal communications. The amount of marketing teams that I've worked with over the past few years that when I'm presenting data and insights to them will say, wow, this is amazing, Michelle, you know, where did you get this insights about our organization? I will say, this is your report, this is the stuff that you're doing, and often they're not aware, and that just shows that kind of disparity, that gap. So it has to kind of be embedded culturally within the organization, and often there are some brilliant examples where organizations have done that really well by explaining what sustainability is, what those objectives are, what the role is for every employee and the role they play, getting them engaged in various ways, and often making them accountable, making it part of key performance indicators so that people are reporting and being accountable around the role they play in delivering on that strategically aligned sustainability agenda. And then the third strand is that external piece, is that piece where they are then communicating. And it isn't just communicating about what we're doing, which, you know, we talk a lot about show, don't tell. You know, you have to be doing what you're doing to be able to talk about it. And that, of course, mitigates any risks of greenwashing. But also you have to be laying a responsible lens about how you're communicating. So it isn't just what you're saying, it's how you're saying and the channels that you're utilizing. So marketing channels and digital activity and events and activities, they all have quite a significant environmental impact. I mean, the digital industry has the similar impact, if not bigger impact, than the aviation industry. And so when we think about marketing, and we think about marketing is often the biggest budget in many organizations, or if it's not the biggest, it's just behind R&D, then actually there's a lot of activity that we do as marketers that we need to think about, is that the most responsible way that we are doing it? So we have to think about how we green our marketing activities, how we rethink, how we remodel, how we restructure, how we sense check that everything is as responsible as it needs to be, and then also the communication piece about how we're talking about what it is that we do. So those are the kind of three strands to summarize how we position sustainable marketing. It's not really that different to any other marketing strategically aligned, but it is thinking about things with a more responsible lens and aligning it with overarching objectives.